is this?
Yeah, it's live now.
Good point.
Yeah, it's pretty loud from my end.
The music.
Yeah, if you
I
can-
I can't see the Twitch chat, so
You're
I'll just got the Discord on.
how's that?
Ooh! Let's go.
we good eat.
We good?
Good point. Really, Choco? Was that for a laugh?
Let's go.
Fuck.
Can I swing you in check?
I'm not sure, but I will try.
Good point. Alright. Moving into intermission. 3, 2, 1. Ka tira te whānau nau mai hoki mai anō ki tētahi whakapāoho o te koropupu tuarua. Nau mai, whakatau mai, ranau mai ana. Ki te whakarongo ki ngā kōrero e pā koe nei ki tō tātou nei manuiri kua tatu mai. Nā reira ki te tī ki te rei huri noa, tēnā rā tātou katoa. Welcome back to the second boil, let's go! Koia.
Yes.
Okay, kia ora whānau, we're back in the second boil. This is one of 3 of your co-hosts, Matua Native, aka Native Assassin. I'm Hiki Kouta, I'll pass it up to my bro.
Yo, we got Axiom Ultra Mega, shot for everyone coming along, chucking it along to our third host.
Awesome. My name is Hot Choco. You guys can also call me Choco or Shay. I'm back again for week 3, and we're interviewing as the amazing Zaaynn today. Introduce yourself, bro.
Kia ora whānau, my name is Zaaynn. I'm from Gizzy, and I am a content creator for Nazi Gaming. Mostly COD, so, glad to be part of it.
Sheesh.
Yeah, kia ora my bro. Awesome to have you
Kia
on
ora,
the second
kia ora.
boil tonight, Zaaynn.
That's more than a privilege, bro. More than a
Appreciate
privilege.
it, bro. So you've made quite a reputation, getting involved in the streaming community. Talk to us about you and who you are, what you do, where you're from, how you got into this. We want to hear about you, my bro.
What do you do
Okay.
now? Nah,
So first of all, yeah, my name is Zaaynn. From Gizzy, especially where my dad's side is. I was actually born in Rhodes, so if any of the Rhodes peeps is in here, I'm from there. Born there. What else is there? I am the youngest of my family. Yep, yeah, the youngest of my family. 4 elder siblings. Yeah, 2 stepbrothers and 2 full-blooded sisters. What else is there? I love sports, love music, love playing games. Obviously, I grew up on. I think the first time I got into gaming would have been on the original Xbox. It's a lot different compared to everyone else, but that was the first console I learned to play games on. Was that one? That's what my memory can recall, obviously. And the first few games I played was Halo, which runs in my family. Yeah.
let's go.
It wasn't by the age of, I think, 14 till I actually learned what Call of Duty was. I never heard of it until that day or that year. And since then, I got hooked onto playing it. I looked up to like the competitive players like, FaZe, Famage, the Optics. And I always thought like, one day I want to be like the top tier kind of thing, I want to be up there. And I spent a lot of time like grinding on Call of Duty, and it'd be those late ones where you get to the bro's house after school, he's all chilling in the room, jamming Black Ops, or whatever game you love to. And Black Ops 2 would have been my first card to jam. Yeah, Black Ops 2. So I went from Black Ops 2 backwards. So I went Black Ops 2, Black Ops, then ended up 3, then ended up 2. So I went backwards. I didn't go forwards. And then I don't know. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the term quick scoping. because I always loved the fact that FaZe Clan had trick shotting and feeds and all that. So
It was the
um,
time two-way when
yeah,
people,
it was the
yeah.
time, bro. They were probably popping off that year too. They weren't really well known a couple years before that. So I got in time to learn who FaZe Clan was, and then yeah, I ended up fucking falling in love with Call of Duty. Stopped playing it for a couple of years, and then I recently got back into it last year. Um,
Nice, bro.
and I met a bunch of like amazing people through gaming and Twitch, and I got a chance to meet Nazi gaming people and be a part of this amazing community. Through this, so I'm more than happy for the steps I've taken so far to get me here. Yeah, and
Yep.
I think I've always grown up to like fall in love with sniping. I just can't
Just
deal with
something
like
about
the
it,
whole.
eh?
It's
Just
something
something
about it.
about it,
It's
yeah.
just these are. I think there was like a Korean or Japanese movie, something called The Sniper, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was about like length distances and the bullets and breathing and all that shit. Excuse the language. And
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
a cheap American knockoff like years later.
yeah, it was a
Yeah.
cheaper version, yeah. But like these sniper, hey, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the term sniping. So because of that, it gave me more motivation to, take on board sniping in video games, and now I just love doing it day to day. Yeah.
Man's
I-
cracked. Man's cracked.
Yeah.
yeah. And then what else is it? I don't know. It's just the way it is. The one shot. If you don't get the shot, you're dead. It's a live or die kind of situation. You just live in the moment. Um, yeah, and
Yeah.
that'd pretty much be about my gaming side of things. Yes.
So what
Uh,
I've noticed, bro, is like, so I'm doing my thing right. Like a lot of the Ngati Gaming whānau does. Like any New Zealand streamers, we go support and that, and like I find this new person. I'm like, oh shit, this is pretty on, and Zaayn's already a mod.
Yeah,
Like what the hell?
that's actually so accurate, man. Every
Zane's
stream I've
already a
looked,
mod. I'm like,
mod,
shit, this person's
Zane's
on, and then I'm like
modding.
chatting away, and then Zane
Yeah.
pops in, boom, I'm like, shit, what's the Rako as well?
The funny thing about that, like, was probably only comes second from what I know to like claim. It's like you see him
Yeah.
all over the place. Yeah, with a
I
tire
think we
hole.
need like a sword saint, eh? Do the whole Storm Rider sword saint thing. Dreadlock, yep, that's the next now.
Yeah, I'm sure even Seeker's jealous that you've got so many tire holes, eh, Marie?
so I managed to count the amount of Tayahas or Rakas I have, and I have about 40 now. So
40.
I'm moderator for 40 people. Yes.
40 0. 40.
That's
4
too bad,
0.
bro.
Yeah.
You know how
4
you
0.
Damn.
counted the Rako,
Yes,
but
sir.
you're active, you can just
Yeah.
go and collect. But yeah, all of them, like I click on the next one, I'm like, oh shit, Zane's in there
Make,
too. Cool,
makes a
cool.
mod of all our
Yeah.
streams.
So like the way I learned with that is it would be last year where I started taking upon mod duties. One of my homies, his name is Chai. He plays for COD. Ever since I started like moderating for him, I just I got used to the whole commands and being able to do this and that and the privileges obviously. And I took it upon myself to like search up the commands and how to make them and what you can do user levels like blah blah blah. And because of that, I just go to anyone stream, ask them if they need help with things, and
Well, that's
they'll usually either
awesome.
moderate me or not. I'm not really bothered by it, but it's more to do with the fact that I love to help people out on Twitch because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Good
have
ass
knowledge of
feeling
it.
though, eh?
Yeah, it's
Good
good.
ass
Look,
feeling,
it's
yeah.
good. Even like Uncle Jack Ty, I was able to help him. As soon as he started streaming, I straight up went into the stream and went to him, hey, do you need a mod? If so, need me that. And he moderated me straight away. He
Let's
gave it to me straight
go.
away. So it's usually between me or just for kicks
Yep,
to create
yep,
commands for him and help
yep.
him out. And yeah, I'm
You hear
just
that, whānau? You gotta have the audacity. You
The
gotta have
confidence.
the audacity to jump yeah, one hand with that.
I love
um,
that, man.
Yo.
I know.
That's awesome.
It's
Like
mostly just
straight up.
about like helping the community, if anything. Like, I don't have a problem with the person as themselves, but I just want to see Iran, succeed in life. Yeah, be
Yo.
good, get
Yeah.
somewhere. And I'm happy to be a part of it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're definitely someone that you've been given that responsibility for a good reason. You definitely got the right attitude to go with it. Crack up in so many ways, bro. But
Thanks
at
much.
the end of the day, you get the job done. So
I
shout outs to everyone that has Zaaynn as a mod. I can say I'm one of them. You know, hate it or love it.
Oh,
Keep the boy.
get you,
Um,
bro.
so moving on, Zaaynn. Bro, what was life like for you growing up as a Māori? I mean, you mentioned that you were born in Te Arawa, you in Rotorua. No, what was that like for you, my bro?
So I don't really have much memory recollection of like my childhood to do with Rotorua, Rotorua, yeah. Because we were kind of really moving all over the place. Really, that's what majority of my childhood was spent on. My family kind of struggled. That's why we're all over the place, staying with family, going in and out. I did spend a lot of my time in Tamaki Makaurau, Auckland, of course.
Boy.
Um, all over South Auckland and whatnot. And yeah, it was mostly due to the fact that it was kind of, I think back in the day, my parents were either, I don't want to, say they were, but it was either sluggish or it was, it was hard to find mahi. Um, so it was mostly spent on going to a school and like, I don't know, Whangarei, we'll stay there for like a couple months and then we'll move from Whangarei to here and then, we're going back and forth all over the places. So I have friends who were temporary at the moment, at that time, and yeah, it was a lot of moving, bro. A lot of struggles. It was kind of hard to like get food on the table. Even it was a bunch of nights with candles on. Um, yeah, so no power. Just having to go out of our way to, I don't know, go to Salvation Army, hook us up with some food, which I'm always going to be grateful for. Being able to experience that, because that yeah, learning stuff like that was able to help me become the person I am today, and help others who go through stuff like that. But a lot of my childhood was fun. I would say it was fun because I had to try and live in the moment and experience it.
Yeah.
Some people don't really get chances like that. Being secluded from society, or being away from people who are around. But yeah, it was good childhood apart from the struggle. But I still enjoyed my childhood, definitely. Yeah.
Awesome. So, at what moment in your life did you become like? Did you finally realize that you were settled? Because you had
Um.
a lot going on throughout that time, up to where you are
Yeah.
now.
So it would be high school. I
Mm.
moved to Gizzy. I was staying with me, my mom, and my dad. We were staying with my nan.
Yeah.
She was sick at the time. Um. I can't recall what it was, but she was sick. Um. And we were there to take care of her. I decided then and there to let my parents know that, hey, I'm tired of moving. Um, I'm in my high school like years now. I want to focus on getting education and work hard so I can provide, for a future and do good. And my parents like, yeah, we'll do that. So we ended up spending like 4 or 5 years in Gizzy while I was focusing on schooling and obviously getting an education. And that's when I knew like I wanted to take it serious. Like I was tired of moving. I was tired of struggling. I was tired of spending nights without, with candles and not food on the table. And yeah, I put it upon myself when I got to the legal age to get a job to, start working and helping my family out and make
How
a
was
name
that
for
feeling,
myself.
bro? How was that
Yeah.
feeling?
How was that feeling? It was good. I enjoyed it. It was like it was excitement, but it was also like at the back of my head, I was kind of sad, that I wouldn't
Oi.
see my family every single day, or those nights where you're always arguing with your parents about some stupid thing, or you can't
Yeah.
do this and that because you're living under their roof, their rules. But I guess that's what life was, and I did miss it. but I was also excited for the fact that I was about to live my adult life, and grow up and do things I want to be doing, traveling, playing games whenever, going out with having fun with the homies.
Yeah,
I was
why not?
excited. I was excited for that, yeah. But it was good feeling, yes. A good but kind of like a sad feeling lingering in there. Yeah.
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 It's a
Quick light question. Given the chance, and after this whole COVID business, where would you want to go first, bro? Where's the
Where would I want to go first? Hmm. Somewhere overseas, obviously. I've always wanted to go to Bora Bora. That's a beautiful place. That place is so gorgeous. Like clear waters. Be able to relax and just listen to the waves while you go to sleep or wake up, and you can just walk out your door and go for a swim if you wanted to. A bit of a natural shower right there, I guess. But I would love to go to Bora Bora,
So
or even like Italy or something like that. Yeah.
Bro,
what sparked Bora
Italy.
Bora?
Oh, pardon?
What sparked Bora Bora, my bro? Was it keeping up with the Kardashians that made you want to go there?
It's a
I
very
didn't even watch that stuff. I didn't even watch this stuff. I'm not interested in that. I didn't like. I don't have a problem with everyone else who wants to watch it. If anyone he needs out there like watching
not
this
my
stuff,
thing
and go
either,
hard,
mate.
Yeah.
Go straight
But
off.
do your thing. But for me, I just prefer to stay the hell away from that stuff.
Alright,
But oh, there you go.
I was gonna just say, like, I've never been to Bora Bora, but if you want to go somewhere like just as good, like exactly what you pictured, Rarotonga is just as beautiful, bro. And they're so like homely and like very like how do I explain? They've got Te Reo Māori or their version of Te Reo Māori over there, like just everywhere. Like it's like home, but like Bora Bora. So like just you walk outside your villa or house and there's just like water right there. So if you ever get to if you get a chance, man, definitely recommend.
So the common theme here is the tropical climate and the water, fam.
Yeah,
that's the common theme. Yeah, have to like.
Tropical climate.
And if you ever got a special
waters.
someone, you'll most likely come back with one. So
definitely, bro. Especially in a place like that. Like that's paradise. That's
place,
paradise.
Islands have some beautiful people, man.
Phuket was a good place too. You could just pretty much open your door and fall down.
Wow.
Straight and a hand up. Yep, I'll have a what did I have for breakfast? Mojito.
Especially like even just to sit in like an oak lodge in the middle of a forest, with your way here and there, running some fire, enjoying, watching some movies or listening to music, like a peaceful life.
Bro. No.
Low key, that kind of scares me though. Like I'm one of two minds. So one of two minds. Like that sounds such a vibe. I would love that. But
so
also, someone's gonna haunt me or like murder me.
I was just gonna say that.
Like Friday the 13th stuff out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
playing too much video games.
This ought to be like it'll be peaceful, life, good times, or horror movie.
Yeah.
You can't like have a good positive thought of it. Like if you live there, something might happen because you'd be watching too many movies or playing too many games, like Friday the 13th or something. Lakeview Cabin. Oh, heck. It's a whole horror story in real life.
But someone's playing up in chat.
Hard out, crack up. Awesome.
I should just go True Agent Kahu.
Yeah. But if any of our whānau that are in there that are Māori, okay, please swing anonymous. Thank you very much. Okay, back to the code for Zaaynn, coming back to you, my bro. So, okay, we've talked about you growing up. We've talked about your streaming. You've been part of the Ngāti gaming community, bro. I want to come back to the Ngāti gaming community. So you've established yourself within the content creation team. How did you do that?
How did I do that? Oh, well, where would I begin with that one? So it had more to do with just my pure enjoyment for making videos. Because before I came to Dati Gaming, I was obviously making videos in my spare time, but it wasn't every week. It was just, I'd make a video and expand on it, time to time. um, and because of that, obviously, Taikawa came to me and he's like, yo, would you like to be part of the team? And would you like to be able to like show your content on like Nazi Gaming and help us out or just support the founder, bro? I was like, yo, I'd love to, and I love being a part of this community because there's a lot of people who are similar to me, and I enjoy being around those kind of people, and they just gave me more motivation to be like, yo, I want to do more. I want to do better. I want to keep helping everyone else. Obviously with the moderating and all that, and just being happy. I guess it was more establishing in my life where I just want to be happy. And I don't want to be serious. I don't want to be living a life where I regret everything. So yeah, I just made it solely on happiness. Yeah.
No time for regrets. Go, let's go.
Man.
Wow.
Yep.
Bro, you have straight up, you've got like one of the most amazing kōrero I've come across, especially because you're part of like a wide range of Twitch communities. So that's just dope. Like, and the fact that stuff like that makes you happy, like, Def's inspiration for me, and probably for a lot of people in chat as well. So I respect that. I respect that. I feel like I'm just like complimenting you the whole time, but straight up, I straight up respect it. Hard out.
So,
thank you so much.
Yeah, the other thing that the bro Zaaynn has just glossed over, he's making videos, he's in the content creation team, and I got full PC set up, I've, got stuff, and the bro's got a phone.
Hard out.
Hard up.
That's it. Just the phone.
The phone,
This is where I really want to get to it, really, is for someone who's heavily under-resourced, you tend to bring out some really awesome quality with your mahima, bro. Now,
thank you. I really appreciate it.
Emphasize. He's just got a phone, Whānau.
Exactly. But to be able to do things like that, okay, that's inspirational. Okay, you make do with what you have. You don't need all the flash, gizmos and gadgets to be able to provide some quality content. Bro, that's inspiring.
Hard out. So that's just the message I'm trying to send to the whānau, like in chat. Bro's doing it with the phone. I'm pretty sure we gonna get it. Like that's what I'm getting from it. If you want to do it, do it.
Like
Matua, we're gonna have to string this whole chat. My bad.
Like also growing up too, I had to learn to be grateful and patient with everything that came towards my way. And I think I'll just having a phone, I'm grateful to have a phone, be able to use it, and like the current phone that it is, it's actually a pretty good phone compared to other people. And I'm grateful for that. I always think of like getting a PC as a goal I have in mind for myself. I'm not gonna let something like that stop me from, do something I enjoy, obviously.
That's right.
And I think of it more like I look forward to what I'm able to do if I get a PC. I can provide better content. I can do more, stuff like that. And that's what my mindset is at the moment. Is just to try and do more with what I got. And here I am doing that, trying to at least. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's something I resonate with 100 volt.
Hard up. The other thing with that too, bro, is that you're taking the time and energy to not only develop your own content, but you're also working towards supporting others in terms of developing their content as well. And that again, credit given where it's due, So keep doing what you're doing, my bro, because
100.
it's been.
Thank you, bro.
You're doing a amazing job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to emphasize it, like if you do have a chance, check out the Ngāti Gaming Insta and check it out. Like you wouldn't even know. You would not even know. The quality is there.
Just like sheesh is in the chat, like
Sheesh.
constantly, like sheesh. shit. That is always my comment on Zane's instas and thing Archie Gaming.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I even said that myself, which is even the funnier part.
Mm.
Actually, I
It's
do
definitely
mention something
sheesh.
else, Bolt. Like you chucked the jam up in last week's song battle, and you know
Oh.
we knew it. We knew it. Face your fears. How big of a impact is Kingdom Hearts? I was sad that that didn't make it through, so I have to, Kingdom Hearts got done wrong that night.
I love Kingdom Hearts. Like, that was also the first series that I ever got into when I started playing PlayStation. Because I wasn't always into Xbox. I mixed it up. I was playing PC for a couple of years with my old man. I don't know if anyone heard of a game called Freelancer, but I was playing there as a little kid on PC. My dad was also the reason why I learned how to use programs. I was able to use 3D programming because of my old man. At the age of 7 years old,
Wow.
Oh,
so
that's
he
good.
Damn.
taught me a lot. And it's something I wanted to do, and I enjoyed. With the game and the program, you can. It's kind of like a spaceship kind of game. Like what would be like something civilian? What's that game called? Space Civilian. I can't remember what it's called, but
Citizen or something. Yeah.
yeah. The program lets you 3D design the ship that you want in the game, and because of that, I was able to learn XYZ at a young age, and the measurements and getting that all sussed and importing that to the game and being able to use my own creation in the game at a young age. And because of that, my old man told me, a lot of stuff to do with gaming, and he's the reason why. But I wasn't always just PlayStation and Xbox or just PC. I was going back and forth all over the place.
Mm.
Fucking, it was yeah. So the Kingdom Hearts series is stuck by me so long.
Mm.
It's also part of my childhood, so I'm able to enjoy that even today.
Mm.
The fact that they brought out the Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 remaster, or sort of like remasters ish. I was able to play that, enjoy the music, and listen to what I enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah.
Um,
Sanctuary
and being able to
slaps.
hear that,
Alright.
yeah,
I know.
Sanctuary, it's a beautiful song, and just listening to the music again brings back so many memories. I wasn't really bothered by the fact that the song didn't get through, but even just listening to it gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every
I know
time.
for sure that a lot of people who were part of the Kingdom Hearts series would have been like, yo, I want to choose that song, but due to
Yeah.
the fact there weren't much fans there,
All
I
five
wasn't
of
really
us
bothered
voted
by
for it.
it. I wasn't really bothered by it, and I'm glad Adrian won that one too, because I think he won that category. Yeah, pretty sure. Um, but yeah, I wasn't really bothered by that
No, I
at all.
think
But I just love that
Legend
song.
of Rose won that one. The
Oh yeah, something like that. I think Adrian won one of them. Yeah, but I
oh,
love that song. Every time I listen to it, straight goosebumps. Anywhere. And I would love to replay Kingdom Hearts 3 just to listen to that, or even Kingdom Hearts 2 Sanctuary. Ooh. But yeah, I'm not too stressed about it.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, it wasn't just Kingdom Hearts anymore, bro. Final Fantasy played a huge role in that too.
Ooh,
Yes,
you're a Final Fantasy. Oh.
yes.
So the first one for that one for me was Final Fantasy 7. That would have been my first Final Fantasy.
oh man, that was
Uh,
so much
Yeah.
hours to that.
I I fell in love with like Cloud as a character because development and that big ass giant Buster Sword on his back. Like I fell in love with the game, man, the story, and it was music to my ears too. The music was beautiful.
Mm.
And being able to experience that, and now knowing that they have a remake for it makes me even more tempted to go back to the original and play that again. Yeah, so
Yeah, the,
I might end up doing that on the stream sometime soon. Yeah.
Mm. To put that
honestly,
into
before the
context
release date,
again,
bro, before the release date, I did exactly that. Played the old school
Ooh.
version, and then as soon as remake comes out, bro. Yeah.
yeah, I'm guilty of that. 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 and 8, yeah.
But
8, I even loved 8, Final Fantasy 8 too. Final
yeah.
Fantasy 8 was a beautiful
Can
game, yeah.
Original school slaps, yo.
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Can we get a shout out to Matsu-san for the beautiful music, Nobuo Matsu. every time every time I go back to Final Fantasy 7 is strictly for the soundtrack, bro.
You know,
Yeah,
sort of just
bro.
reach in and touch your fucking widower, bro. Like you're just like,
Yeah.
this is what
It
you need to feel
does.
now.
It's
This is the feeling
soulful and
you should
like
be feeling.
you may not even hear singing, but it's just straight instrumental.
Yeah.
You get to
Mm.
sit there and fucking like enjoy it and like live with the moment because it's peaceful and like soulful too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did that mess up your playlist? Like I know when that dropped, right? I was listening to some like hardcore, like gangster rap, and the next minute Zaaynn would come on and it'll be like, yo,
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah, yeah.
Hey.
And
you're
from
like
like listening to
some
hip
Hey.
Dayton
hop and then you're
family,
just
yeah.
straight, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
some
Nah,
Dayton
it's done
family,
the
and next
Yeah.
same.
minute, what's this classical stuff? Yo, this is on bowl now.
That's
Hey.
funny.
Yeah,
That's how it was like back in the days, eh? From Tupac to Cosmo Canyon.
yeah. No, like that was me in the moments. I don't know if you've seen it, but in Final Fantasy 8 with Skull and what's her face dancing together, I think,
Oh
in the
yeah, yeah,
hall.
yeah. Renoir.
Yeah, yeah, Renault,
Oh,
the
that's
dancing
how I see
together
it.
there, the song going over it too,
Yeah.
that song's beautiful
Mm,
as well. Like, I love this song.
yeah.
The whole series has beautiful music incorporated into it. Even Kingdom Hearts, man. Oh, I just love it. Yeah.
Mm.
Gonna get to those games one day, Fano. Gonna get them. I'll get to them.
Uh,
Sorry.
Hey.
honestly,
Nah,
Oh,
all I
I,
can say about them, all I can say about them is just enjoy the game while it lasts. You know, enjoy, live in the moment, listen to the music, enjoy the story, and catch on to it. And then eventually, hopefully, you might see a prequel or next one to it. You know, who knows?
bro, it sounds amazing though. Like just
uh,
every time Final Fantasy is talked about on this stream, I'm just like, oh man, I need to hurry up and play it already.
yeah.
Oh man.
Because
Right.
there's
um,
in Kingdom Hearts there's
Depending,
also
yeah,
Final
depending on
Fantasy
yeah.
characters.
Go on, Bolt.
So in Kingdom Hearts as well, they have Final Fantasy characters too. So it's also another way to see someone who you've seen in another game come to this game. You know.
That was a
Uh,
surprise
Hmm.
from me, eh? Like the whole Kingdom Hearts, like on paper, Kingdom Hearts looks like trash. But then when you play the thing, when they play the thing, it's like that's my
yeah,
childhood, that's my
yeah,
now, and they're like having
yeah.
words. No, not
It's funny how we
together.
used to think. It's funny how we used to think like old school PS1, PS2 graphics were like, yo, like this is neat. It's like so
Pixels.
realistic, and then we get to like 2021, we got these games that are way more realistic, and we look back and we're like,
Yeah, look
I
back and
can't
I'm
believe I
like,
thought that game was like really good.
yeah, I can like, yeah, you touch on that like from Final Fantasy 7 to 8. They
Yeah,
go from that blocky 7 to like, oh look, they
yeah,
actually look like people and they have like
yeah,
power
yeah. They
moves.
actually
Like,
did. Yeah,
still,
it was
like
so blocky in Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 8. You actually get to see the person running around. You know.
context for those who don't know. Up until that point, massive 3D RPGs had never existed. And then you have the
That's true.
summons on there, and when you see a summon for the first time, it blows your mind. Like,
Yeah,
no doubt.
it does.
yeah,
No doubt.
Damn.
Mm. Yeah.
I just
that was like
remember as a
20
little
something
kid
years ago. Wow.
just been that guy that stayed up till late hours at night, early hours in the morning.
Yeah.
It was one of those games. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, no.
those are the days.
Yeah, so it sounds like
Hard
Those were the
out.
days,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good
honestly. Those
days,
were the
eh?
days.
Good days.
Yeah, so
Grateful.
did you do the
Grateful.
Resident Evils as well? Then it sounds like that whole
Hard out.
period
Oh,
there.
Resident
Track.
Evil, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think I learned about Resident Evil to Resident Evil 4 on PS2.
Mm.
I was a little kid, man. I was so shit scared of playing scary movies. I had small knocks to even want to play games like that. I used to praise my brother and my cousin for playing Resident Evil 4 overnight and actually clocking it till the morning. I praised
Wow.
them so much for that. And then now when I look on the scary games, I'm just like, oh, fuck, this won't scare me.
Yeah, I was just about to say that's crazy to think, because man,
Yeah.
watching your streams, you're just going through everything like, man, I'm not even phased like at all. I'm
But the
like,
sad
bro,
part is, I learned for myself. I kind of wish I didn't develop it, but it was the sad part because when I went to Spookers for the first time in Auckland, I don't know if
Mm.
anyone else has been there, but when I went there, it kind of split my state of mind between realism and what's fake. And then,
Yeah.
man, so because of that, what if I play like a scary game and shit? I just know it's a game. I don't sit there and be like, oh, yo, no, this is scary as. For me, I'm just
Yeah.
sitting like, yo, it's a game. I'm not gonna
You're
die.
not
I'm gonna
immersed
get
in
killed,
it.
or I'm not gonna, I'm not too immersed into it. Immersed into it. And because of that, I can just literally go through scary games. It's nothing. So,
Yeah,
I think
like
you and
and I
Frogs are
hate
in
that.
separate minds when that
Village. Yeah.
happens, Avery.
Yeah, I hate it, bro. I hate that I'm like that because I want to enjoy myself. I want to like get scared of a game, but it doesn't happen there. So I still need to find that game nowadays that will actually scare me. And eventually, when I get a PC, I do want to try out Devour and Fez. Those
Yes.
guys, see, those will scare me. Yeah,
It's freaking scary, man.
and I'm
I want to
hoping
see.
that.
I want to watch you play that because frick, I can't imagine no one not being scared of that game. Especially the first game that you do play, anyway.
It's the sound though, and the ambience it creates.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
and the getting ready for the jump scares.
But I do know one game that scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid, and it was a game where you're this person who takes photos of ghosts in
Oh,
a
was that on
house.
Xbox? Was that a
It was on the
Japanese?
Xbox. It was a Japanese
Project
game. It was
Zero.
on the
Project
Xbox.
Zero.
Yeah, Project Zero. Yeah. That game scared the shit out of me as a kid. Eh? It scared me. It gave me nightmares for the rest of my life, rest of my fucking childhood. That's how bad it was. But I kind of do want to reflect and give that game a go again. Like, was this really scary? Was it?
Actually,
Yeah.
for the ones that didn't pirate it, its official name is Fatal Frame.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I would love to go back and play the game
Modded
again.
Xboxes,
Yeah.
let's go. What?
Oh, bro, modded Xbox is so easy,
Yep.
man.
I
To
was
get
one of those.
get games, man, enjoy them. Oh, it was so much fun in that way.
That's
Go
how
down
I
to
got
all-
my illegal
Yeah.
copy of Manhunt. Sorry.
So this isn't
Hacks.
a thing in
Hacks.
2021 anymore. Go down to the video shop. No, go,
Do they
"Hi,
even
yeah,
have
yeah."
a video shop now?
Oh, the
Like,
last
Oh
one
man.
would have just closed.
the
Could have had
last
one
one
up
is
until like
closed.
this year. Obvious front business, I'm sure.
Yeah.
They
Had
just
to
got
be.
closed there. It's so good because back in the day, you'd rent the game out, and then some people wouldn't
Yeah.
even bring it back. My dad's
Yeah,
guilty
no,
of that.
sorry about that too.
Yeah, my partner was so bad with that as well. Frick.
Late fee, I'll just pay the late fee. You're
hey,
good.
hey, not
Yeah.
go
Late
rent
fee
and
never
then
comes back. Yeah.
move to another location and take your rented movies and games with you.
And look at the casing. You see like Video Easy or something on the side. You know?
So true.
Next
God.
minute, Bay Corp.
They told me, man, please, you need to return your game that you've been holding for 20 years. We've been waiting for you to pay the fee of.
The fee of $300,000 dues.
Yeah, come on.
Man, it's
That'd
funny.
be stupid. Well, that's
And-
those were the days. Yeah.
And bro, like you can tell you're such a passionate person, especially about games, and you're so freaking crack up, can crack jokes and stuff. Such a vibe always. Like, what do you vibe with, like outside of like gaming, streaming?
Outside of
What's your
gaming,
other passions?
other hobbies, I like to play basketball. I used to be hard out into soccer or football,
Ooh.
whichever people like to call it. Yeah, I used to play that. So I was playing for Papakura, at a young age, and then
Nice.
I ended up playing for jury, in primary school. Well, I think it was primary school, intermediate, yeah. So I ended up playing for jury in intermediate. Before I started playing for them, they spent the whole year and only scored one goal, which was kind of sad. So the next year we ended up joining the team and we ended up winning the championship. So,
Yeah.
Oh, what can I
14
say?
champion, yeah.
Oh.
It was fun. And then I went to high school, and the people kind of put me off from wanting to play soccer. They were like so toxic kind of people, and I was like, "Yo, you ruined the
You get
sport I
that.
used to be like fan of." And then I transitioned from soccer to basketball, and
Oh.
I was literally self-taught. First time I learned how to play, I fucking sucked. Then I just took more time. I was after school till like 8, 9 o'clock at night playing basketball at the turf in high school, bro. I would just
Ooh.
walk home late at night. It was me every
Vibes.
day. But I love playing. I love playing basketball. Now and then I like to go for walks. It's been a while since I've gone for a nice walk. And just take photos and videos of beautiful views that I come across. And
Aw.
just while I'm doing it too, I like to listen to some music. And then that's kind of where my passion for like making videos went to. It was because of views. I would like to put photos and videos together about what I came across that day and make a video over it. So that'd be another hobby that I like to do. And another one would probably be music. I have like a wide genre of music that I like listening to.
Yes.
Also, I might as well sit and listen to it too. So, yeah, it's not
As
just
we
strictly
know.
hip hop or reggae or any multi songs. It's like the whole genre.
Yeah.
I don't like discriminate from any kind of music. Right? Like, I probably have like a favorite few songs in that genre as well.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
but
really
other than that,
interesting how, between us we can play a switch up, bro. Like a total switch up and click.
yeah,
Just like
yeah,
that.
definitely,
I
bro.
mean, playing One Winged Angel and then hearing your response to it was like, bro, you will pull that One Winged Angel on me.
I was like, you motherfucker! Yo, that's but yeah, I'm really
That's how I know
like
that,
passionate about
like,
music.
yeah.
I'm really passionate about music. I would never discriminate between people's tastes. Like, if that's what you enjoy, then go hard. But me myself, I'll just listen to music 24, like not even 24/7, like every day, man. But I'm not playing the game, or even during the game, but I'll just have my headphones and listening to music, playing the game,
Hmm.
enjoying myself. It also helps me with anxiety too, because I have anxiety.
Wow.
When I go out into public, I don't like being in like big crowded places too. But if I got my music in, I'm like sweet.
Yeah.
I'm all
Yeah.
good with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that also helps myself as well. Yeah.
Do you have any other tips, bro? For anyone that's suffering with the same kind of anxiety.
Just
mean-
anxiety in general. Well, I think
Or,
music, like,
yeah.
yeah, music really
Share
does
what
help.
works with you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
If that's what works for you, then go hard. But for me, music is something I'm passionate about, and I could just listen to the same song over and over and over again until I get sick of it. You know,
Same.
I do that all the time. But
Uh,
it really does help when it comes to crowded places. Because if I check it out, you hear all the chit chat, and you can't tell if someone's gonna start talking to you or anything like that. But yeah, it really does help me. Yeah, with music.
It's interesting you bring that up because, like, for someone that has anxiety, you've now into the world where you're sort of countering that. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
being in front of a
Say
camera and
that
being
too.
able
Yeah.
to, put yourself live so that everybody can see you, bro. It's a complete opposite.
And you wouldn't
Yeah.
even be able to tell,
Yeah.
eh? You wouldn't
yeah,
even be able to
not at
tell.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that when it came to streaming and being on, like, even just your voice, that you have to get used to the fact that there's always going to be someone who's going to be listening. And at first, I had to reassure myself. So I was never, I streamed now and then, like, in the past, but it was never consistently kind of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, because of, like, nervousness and anxiety. And I just had to come to terms that there are gonna be people who are gonna listen, and I have to just accept that and just reassure myself that everything's gonna be alright. I'm at home. I'm in my comfortable place. Doing the thing I love. Yeah, it was at first. It was at first a bit like a far reach for myself, but if you sit there and just
It's an
reassure yourself that
interesting
everything will be
concept,
alright.
bro.
Yeah. So how do
And
you?
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna point out that there was an interesting concept. Yeah, like we were just touching on. So you're putting yourself out there as well as not at the same time.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you are putting yourself out there on the internet, but you're still in a safe place. I mean,
That's a
it's like an interesting
perspective.
yeah.
Yeah, and a good way of
Yeah.
looking at things. And
Mm.
thanks for sharing, bro. Because like not a lot of
And
people like
Absolutely.
sharing that
Oh,
stuff.
and yeah, the next
Yeah.
question, would you say that's helped you in general, or is it just like something you're working on? Like how does it yeah,
So,
help you?
so it has. It did help me because when I first started with Nazi Gaming, the bird Cookie, also known as TPXT 34, hooked me up with a job interview.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
So
yo,
because of
shot
that,
Choco, listen
I
out.
thanked the word for that. And because of him and like being able to put myself out there, I was able to confidently going into that interview and give it my best, and that's what I did. And it was obviously you're gonna be nervous for something like that if you haven't done it in a while, or you have anxiety.
Yeah.
But with my experience in getting to Nazi gaming, I was able to do that really easily for myself. I was proud of myself.
Well,
I always think of it as an achievement, and being able to
Oosh.
be proud of myself because I was able to achieve something that I wasn't capable of doing in the past so easily.
Tēnā koe.
But
No.
yeah,
And
it
that's through
definitely has helped me.
your experience through, how you've grown through streaming
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like cooperating with people in general, it wasn't every day that I'll be sitting in a voice channel talking to a bunch of homies that have a lot of common things with me. Because I wasn't really doing that before. I was talking to people, but not all the time. Not with like fucking 5+ people in one call.
yeah.
But it gave me confidence in myself to be able to talk. And that's why I was able to pull it off so easily for myself. Yeah. So I definitely have to thank everyone who's like being a part of my life for that. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
So
Man, you
Sorry,
come
obviously,
far.
Matt, to cut you off.
You come far, Matt, bro. I'm just saying, like, you come far.
yeah.
And I
Thank
would
you.
not
Thank
have
you.
expected that. Like, when you first joined NG, I would, like, everything that you're saying, like, I'm actually shocked because I didn't even know, like, half of any of this.
Oh, yo.
So I'm super surprised. Especially because, like, when I joined the voice chat, like, you're one of the first people to be like, Sup, Choco? Like, how are you? Like, always on
Just
that friendly
another
vibe.
thing to add to it, yeah. Like the first one to greet you, boom. As soon
Yeah.
as you got in, he
Yeah.
said hi, and then he's sort of like, oh yo, and I'm like, oh shit.
It's just like, man, it's awesome, and also that you never know what someone's going through, like as an
Yeah.
individual. So
Yeah.
it's dope, bro.
I also like to
Choco.
treat people like fairly too with that. You obviously will never know what someone's got going on in their day, and I'd rather like keep that negativity brushed off, and just
Mm,
make sure that one person, even if it's just one person, or no one else is like going through shit. I would rather treat everyone fairly and equally, and just make sure everyone's good because I love supporting people. Like I love making sure everyone's doing good. It's always been something I've been passionate about growing up. Because I know I like. There was also a saying that says I don't think it was a saying, but it was a question I saw a long time ago. That says, why do you why do you feed people or something like that? And the person says, I know what it's like to not have any food. That's why I give it, regardless if I
yeah,
have a lot or
Mm,
barely. I'd rather give it to someone who doesn't have any because I know what it's like to not have any food, and I do know what it's like to have
yeah.
no one there to support you because I've been through some tough times like that.
Mm,
And I'd rather make sure that no one has to deal with that because it sucks. It really does suck being alone.
mm. Yo, that
And
really
Uh,
resonates,
I,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
yeah,
that's
hard. It
interesting
resonates hard.
because for someone like yourself who's been through those hardships and those challenges,
mm,
you have developed a sort of personal, I guess, modest sentiment, so to speak, where you understand, and so you
Mm,
yeah,
react.
yeah,
Mm,
You react because you understand.
yeah,
Yeah. So like you see a person in need, and you'll look at them and you'll say, "Once upon a time, that was me."
yeah, it's
yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
Like
energy.
mm.
like I've come across a bunch of homeless people in Auckland City, right? I've
Yeah, it's
never been that
common.
couple guy to ignore them and just walk past them.
Mm,
I remember one day I was coming back from visiting a friend of mine in the city, and I had a full bottle of aloe vera. Um, so I
awesome.
was walking
Oh,
Oh, you
past the
always
dude, and
just smash
yeah,
those, eh?
yeah,
yeah. So
same.
a homeless man looked at me. He's like, "Bro, can I have a drink?" I was like, "No, bro, you can have the whole bottle." He's like, "You sure?" I was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, no, it's cool." And like,
One
I know
love.
for some people it may be a bit annoying for some people, and I understand. Like, I
yeah,
respect that. If that's
I'm
your,
like that with Kai, bro.
yeah.
if
Just
that's how
someone's
you like,
hungry. Yeah.
yeah, if that's how you like, then cool. Because I know what it's like when I didn't have those things. And
But
Mm.
I've
yeah,
always been the type of person to help someone who's in need, especially back in Gizzy. I
yeah,
don't. Yeah,
Mm.
obviously, I'm not going to come into those kind of moments, but I'd rather just get to someone who has nothing as someone
That's
who has
fine.
something, not everything or not all of it, but I'd rather give something to someone who has nothing. Because you never know, man. Like it could be for any financial reasons why they're like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I hate to see
man,
it. I
like,
hate to see it.
and like it's so like common in Auckland, and so
Yeah,
you
it
see it
does.
like on every corner. But honestly, like sometimes they just like want someone to talk to. Like I've walked,
Yeah,
yeah, like they just, and I bet you that would have made his day.
yeah.
Like he was just like, because most people just fucking, excuse my language, walk past them, like just
It's the
ignore
passion talking.
people. You know,
Yeah.
it's the passion
Appropriate.
talking. But yeah, so like sometimes they just want to talk to someone, man, or just like want people to acknowledge them and say hi.
Yeah.
And like even if you didn't give him anything, I'm sure you would have said something to him anyway.
Yeah,
So that's just yeah, you would have made it today.
Yeah.
yeah, that's like it's sort of I wouldn't say it's a similar situation, but it's also like those kind of people that you get in like malls, I guess. Where you get people like wanting to talk to you about their plan or
Man,
blah
I
blah
struggle
blah.
with those people because
Yeah, I know a lot of people struggle, but for me,
yeah,
Yeah.
I understand it. I don't stop anyone
yeah,
from walking past. I don't judge them or anything like that. But for me,
yeah.
like obviously it's their job
They're
to
hustling.
do it,
Mm.
and they're trying to hustle. At least they've been told by their boss, yo, you have to go to the mall and you have to start giving out these and start talking to
Yeah,
people. It's your job. You're my worker. Like blah blah blah. And I always be that type of guy. He's like, oh yo, he's
yeah,
he obviously needs wants to talk about it. And I'll talk. Obviously, I wouldn't be interested in like what he's got for me. Like, for instance,
yeah,
want to buy like a TV on a like $50 plan a week or blah blah blah. I'm not interested in that, but I want to know what you got on offer, like what you want to talk about. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about what you're doing, and I'll let them do that and just get to know the person. And I don't have a problem with that.
yeah.
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 And
I do the
Like,
same thing because usually, like, depending on where they are,
yeah,
like, I find the further you get out of South Auckland, this is a generalization. People are much ruder.
yeah,
Like
Mm.
seriously, like once you
yeah,
start getting out there, like just
mm,
the comments and the stuff, it's atrocious, bro. Like,
It's
yeah.
yeah.
interesting you bring that back up, bro, because okay, so for your situation, Zane, okay, obviously you got the positive impacts there, but then you get you get others as well that aren't really on your level, and
mm.
then they start dishing out all the criticism and stuff like that. How do you deal with all that?
With the fact that like people are like dishing out criticism towards me, I think the way I could go about it is I like to think of myself as an average co player nowadays. Some people may praise me as a really good co player. Um,
Mm.
but me personally, I always think of myself as average because I learned a long time ago. No matter how good you are at something, there's always going to be someone better. And I will never consider myself to be the best or I'm top stuff. And I learned from that. So whenever I had people like you know shit talk me, say I'm better than you, I'll do better than you. I'm like, cool, good on you. Like, keep that set of mind.
Mm.
That reminds me of the time where I was 1v1 with a real close friend of mine. I came to Australia. I was like, yo, keen to like practice at 1v1 one day. And he's like, big talk. He's like, big talky me. He's saying, Zay, you don't want to smoke, Zay, I'll meet you. I'll waste you. I'm like, cool, cool. So I was like, yeah, yo, keep that same energy. But like, win or lose, regardless, man, if you want to rub it in my face, go hard. I'm not going to stop you. But for me personally, I won't brag about it. So I get into the 1v1 with this dude. I'm losing by like 10 points and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I need to, start playing, like, step on my game. I step on my game and I stop getting kills after that, and he's like, I'm gonna lose on now. I was like, yep. We get to the end of the game, and I said to him, I was like, bro, that's why I don't shit talk. He said, what do you mean? I was like, the reason why I don't shit talk is, for me personally, if I win or lose, if I win, cool. I know I still need to prove on some things because I was sloppy, maybe sliding around a corner or shooting him at a certain time. I was sloppy. Or if I lose, I know that I have things I can work on.
Mm.
And it's all about just improvement for myself, and
Wow.
that's how I'm able to take up criticism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will
Hey,
always
bro, too,
like
bro.
never
As
think of it
well.
to be like a big deal for myself. You
Yeah.
never. He could have been going through some stuff while he was going. Big talk me. He could have been going through anything. But I will never be that kind of guy to like be like, yo, I'm gonna beat you, I'm gonna waste you, I'm gonna, demolish you. I'll never be that kind of guy. Because to me,
Unless your name is Seeker.
all praise, all praise. To me, it always be just an experience and a fun moment for me.
Yeah.
Because I've heard so many people in my time who never want to verse me again. And it sucks because I'm like, yo, I love versing this person. I want to get better. I want to improve. But then when they start losing over and over and over again, it's just like, it gets boring for them. But if that was for me, I would know if I started losing over and over again, I'm like, yo, I can actually improve. I can do better,
Yeah.
And then if I end up being this dude one day, I'll be like, yo, I finally achieved myself. Like, I finally did a good job.
Run it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just keep
Run
running
it
again.
straight.
Like,
Run it again.
whenever it's like, because in Knockout City, I'm not really good at the game. But whenever it's the Pikete, whenever it's him at that, he shoots me all the time. And I'm like, yo, that's all good with me. And he ended up saying me, he's like, gee, I'm trying to get these dubs. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, bro, I'm trying to get as much points as I can get before you start getting good at the game. And I started crashing up. I'm like, yo, you're too funny, bro. I was like, that's going to be a long time because
Pikachu's
anytime I
no
ever,
slouch though. Like,
But he's not a
he holds
slouch.
his own.
He's
He
a good
learns
he's a good
fast, bro.
player.
Yeah.
He's a good player and he
Any
learns
game he
fast. And
comes on.
I praise that for him, man. He's a good player in general.
He'd be
Bro.
slapping.
But
He'd be
then,
slapping.
but even with that, you're quite optimistic. So if you haven't got it today, you'll most definitely get it tomorrow. If you don't get it tomorrow, bro, you'll keep going until you've got it.
Yeah.
That's
I
That's
pretty
keep
mental
going, like,
That's
toughness, man.
persistent.
I try to stay
Yeah.
open minded about these things. Feel like anything in general, I like to be open minded about what comes my way because you will never know the circumstances, regardless. If you think you know it all, you probably don't. And I like to keep an open mind on unless I'm sure of something. But other than that, yeah, that's probably a way for me how I take criticism. Yeah, even if I get like shit talkers on Twitter,
Yeah.
I just treat them equally. Like I'm not gonna dish the same out to you. I'll just talk to you normally. Person could come back and be like, "Oh, bro, I was only joking. I was only trying to trigger you," or blah blah blah. And I'll be like, "Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's all
Could you
good with me."
imagine those
That's
ones going in
mental
and I was like,
strength,
bro, I was
man.
just joking. No.
Yeah.
That's
But I can be a bit, when it comes to the roasty side of things, but I'd rather stay away from that side. Yeah, I'd rather not. I just prefer enjoying myself.
We
Yeah.
actually had a really good question in the chat. It's gone now, but Omi actually asked because your mental strength is like A tier, like God tier. What actually inspired you to? This was Omi's question. Like, what inspired you to be like that, or what inspired your empathy or your motivation? Was it anything particular? People, person?
So, it's a mixture. My dad would have been part of it.
Mm.
Growing up, he told me what love was to someone. He told me how to treat women, how to, manners and respect. If you're in a Māori family, obviously manners is, yeah, you have to have manners, otherwise you'll get hiding. So, and I learned the rough way.
Respect, or get the smack.
Yeah, so I had to learn manners at a young age, and respect, and I also was trying to be humble too. So I learned to grow up being humble. So my dad would have been one of them. I also learned from movies and games. Games would have been the main one. At a young age.
Does anime teach you
Anime also told me in high school, that not all women are the same. That told me that. So just because a woman's not the same doesn't mean you can treat her any differently. Because everyone's different. Everyone's unique. But it was mostly just because of traumatic experiences. I also learned that I needed to be a strong person for my family. I had to I had to see some people that I didn't want to see crying. I've literally been to tangies where I haven't cried because it wasn't the fact that I didn't feel any emotions or anything like that. It was more like that feeling wasn't affecting me that much because I had to try to be strong for my family. I had to be I had to be there to take care of my family.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is through
That's the
traumatic
numbness,
experience.
bro.
Yeah,
You go numb.
it's not
Yeah.
me to it's not me to certain points of emotions. Yeah, because of past experiences.
Because you
Um,
need to get you need to get shit done, yeah, and
yeah, yeah.
you go into the state.
But then eventually one day you end up obviously needing someone to be there for you, or you end up having that moment where you can't hold it all in. And I've been through that obviously. But I think a lot of it has to do with my dad and just playing games and movies where I'm able to keep a good mentality, and mostly just traumatic experiences in my life. I was a very cheeky kid as a I like when I was younger. I was a very cheeky kid. I always caused problems, or I was making loose shit, or I was breaking stuff that I
Bro,
wasn't
you were
purposely
being
doing it, but I was
Maori.
taking the
It
blame.
sounds
You
Like
were
normal.
being
everybody,
Maori.
yeah, everybody. Like I remember
Sounds
when I
like
was
your average tutu child.
yeah, yeah, that was me. That was pretty much
Mm,
me, and
Yeah, some people
I
have
pretty
like
much
10
ended
of
up
them.
learning
No.
that.
that's cool.
Yeah, I was pretty much enjoying my life by getting the consequences for it.
Yeah.
Um, and then I just learned from then on there. Like I
Sounds
had
like
to be strong.
yeah,
Yeah,
sounds like you really focused on what was good, but you didn't ignore
to me,
what didn't
Mm.
go as well.
yeah, yeah. Like I'm still
I'm
cheeky
looking
to
at
this
Choco
day.
right now, and you have severely red pilled her, eh? It's like
Yeah, I'm like, man,
this
there's
person
so
she
many
thought she knew.
emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I going through my head. Like, I just have so much fucking respect for you, bro. Like, honestly, like, I know as Maldives, like, a lot of us do struggle, but like, the person not that I had a negative view of you. I had like a
Yeah.
great view of who you were, but I didn't realize how much you've gone through. Um, so like, you never know, if I know like what people are going through.
Well, like
Like that's
bro was saying on that, you don't know what they've been
Yeah.
through. That's like
yeah. That's why I
I've
like
been
to keep
saying
an
it
open
all
mind.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so
like
glad I wore glasses this week.
Yeah.
like I always prefer to have an open mind about it because
Mm.
and be grateful for everything I had today because I have a roof over my head. I have food in the cupboards. Not a
Mm.
lot of people in different countries have that. Some people have
Uh,
roofs, but they don't have food. And I like to be grateful for what I have every single day and give back to people who have nothing. But yeah.
yo, so
Just like Pride says.
this is a section. Yeah, this is a section Pride hasn't done in a while. We are
Grateful.
grateful to be
Hashtag
thankful.
Grateful.
grateful. Hashtag
Grateful.
grateful.
Hashtag
Always a
grateful. Yeah.
reason to be whānau.
Shout out.
Hard
Even
up.
if you're having a shit day, there's always a reason to be thankful for something.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm.
And like also a grateful thing is being able to be a part of this community. I've met so many amazing people through it who have helped me myself mentally and emotionally. And yeah, a lot of people that are in Nottingham too, like all of you who are here with me right now, who've helped me actually with myself, who may not know it, but have actually helped me somewhere. Um, Even people that come by now and then who have, who have done that for me. And I'm always going to be grateful to be a part of this community and being a part of meeting these amazing individuals. And that, yeah, that'll be something I'm grateful as well. Yeah,
Shout out to Check because there's a lot of yous in there at the moment.
Shout
yeah,
out.
Okay, that are
definitely.
part of
Yeah.
that. Okay, you know who you are. Big shout out to yous. So Zane, we're getting closer to that point. But before we get into the golden question, I just want to let you know that bro, with this show, um, as you know, I'm a teacher, and my students they watch this. So I love creating opportunities for them to learn from the special guests that come onto the second boil. Bro,
Yeah.
what advice can you give to these rangatahi that will help inspire
So
or
what
change their
advice?
lives? Yeah.
Change your life? I'm not too sure about that, but it'd be if you are passionate about doing something every single day, but you have barely any chance to be doing it, but you love it and you're passionate about it, stick to it because, in your future, there will come a lot of moments where you won't be able to do things that you love and you won't want to do because you're bored of it. But if you're real passionate about a hobby or doing something in particular, stick to it because in your future, you could be good at it. You could be, for me, for instance, I was trash at COD. Now I'm a decent player, and people, look up to me to get better, and to be able to be at that part of my life makes me happy. So yeah, if you're passionate about something and you want to do it, go hard. No one's gonna stop you. There might be people who are gonna stop you. There might be people who are gonna doubt you, but at the end of the day, if you end up doing what you want, you can have the last laugh. But yeah, never stop being passionate about something that you love doing. Yeah, that'd be my advice. That's it.
Humbled, my friend. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Amazing. Now tonight the yarns have been, yeah, they've been top notch, my bro. So much so that we've even gone into overtime, man. So
Damn, my
big
bad.
big mihi to you for your
Shout
time
out.
coming onto the show. But before we finish up, I'm gonna give Axiom Darako to dish out the final question, my bro. So Axiom, you've got this one.
What about metrics? No, bro. You know what we're about Kai Bo. What is your indoor Kai? The
Indoor.
the
Indoor?
end all.
And
Yeah,
oh
you'll put anything else down and pick that up if
Yeah.
it's in range.
boil up. I love a boil up. I love me some
Cheating.
boil up. I
Cheating.
can't tell
Here we
you
go,
what I love
Fano.
boil up. You cannot do that to me. You cannot do that to me. You gave me a choice.
Yeah.
You asked me a question.
Yeah.
I gave you the answer. It's
Okay.
boil up. You cannot stop me from that. I
Fano,
know,
can
love
we
a
get some
boil up.
emotes in chat? The pot is on. The pot is on.
Honestly,
Okay, nah.
I like some boil
What's
up.
in the boil up? What's in the boil up, Zane?
You know,
That's the
boil up.
question.
I don't give a shit what you pull in that boil up. Just fucking give it to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I'm never biased about food. I haven't tried TT, obviously. So if people like
I was
TT
just
or
about
people
to
don't
go
like
see
TT, then go
see
hard.
Bacon Bolt.
Yeah, but I never tried it, so
Hey,
I'm not gonna judge it. So it might be good. I might not like
right.
it. I don't care. At least I tried it. But
Even Z's
cream
one
boil
was.
up,
Oh,
Cream.
cream
cream.
boil up. Do
Cream.
not ever bring that to me, please. I haven't tried it. I'm not gonna try it, but I'm not gonna say it sucks or it's good either. But I don't want to try it. But boil up, I would never be biased about
Yeah.
it. Just keep the cream out of it. We all good. Keep it natural. Keep it traditional, please. Cause
Oh, bro.
I've eaten everything, man. And I still love my boil up regardless.
Swing the cream. Swing the cream.
Swing the cream.
Swing the
That
cream,
has
bro.
been
Get that shit out of
Swing
here.
the
Yeah.
cream.
But if you like boil up cream, then go hard. Do your thing. Enjoy yourself. But me, nah. I'd rather not. But yeah, that'd be my end meal. I'll choose boil up over anything, man. Yeah, anything.
Ooh,
And the second boil hits better as always.
As
as you
Uh,
know.
always.
as
Yeah,
you know.
You know, you know.
yeah. That's why we say, Fano.
Yeah.
When the second ball the pot is on.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
and it's usually the first one to the pot that gets the leftover meat before everybody else. Hey, if you're not fast, you're last.
You gotta be
Ah.
that fast or loud,
I
man.
have one more message. If you're the guy that takes all the doughboys from the top, get out of here. If you have a plate full of nothing but
Get
doughboys,
out of
get
here.
out of here.
Yeah, get out of
That's
here.
me.
It's supposed to be equal. You're
Swing
supposed
the
to be taking
doughboy
it.
thief. Swing the
Oh,
doughboy
that's
thief.
six. That's six now.
Okay, no. Mm.
Zane the Bro, the shout outs of Doom, it's yours.
Shout out.
Yep. You got a large community there, Bol, so if you're going for another half an hour, I'll understand. No.
So what are we doing? What am I
Over
doing?
to you,
So,
Bol.
any people,
Any
any.
shout outs, any
Yep.
last, mess
Any last shout outs?
Yeah.
I'm shouting at the whole community, man. Like
Let's
everyone. I
go.
didn't.
Yo,
No
let's
Let's
matter
go.
the whole
go.
community. If you're part of the community, if you're here, big shout outs to you because
Yeah.
regardless of whether you know it or not, you've helped me improve myself and do better, and I'm more than appreciative of that. But yo, shout out to
I think
everyone who's in the community. Yo.
Hashtag
resonate with that
grateful.
one, bro.
I'm grateful.
Hashtag grateful.
Hashtag
Oh,
do
let's
your
go.
job.
I do think we are creating something unique in the this corner of the internet, though, like New
Hard out.
Zealand and our styles and the way we
Yeah.
bring it. So yo,
Mm.
100 the community. Chunky.
Alright.
Awesome. Shout out to you, Zaaynn. Honestly, as you already said before, I feel like I've just complimented you this whole bloody stream.
I
But shout out to
appreciate
you,
it.
bro. It was lovely having you on, and it was a mean court at all. Like, I love your perspective on things. It's
Thank you.
dope and amazing as fuck. And thanks, Matua and Axiom, for having me on for another week. I really appreciate it. As you guys know, second boil always hits. And just to chat, shout out to chat. It was nice seeing you guys in there. We freaking got a hype train. Let's go.
Let's go.
Choo choo.
Should we give it up from chat, please?
Yeah.
Investigation is done for anonymous gifter.
All yours, actually.
Yo, you covered a whole lot of it. Again, the bro Zaaynn shot for coming through, giving us his
Thank you
time
so.
and perspective, bro. Like I've never seen Choco get red pilled as hard as that.
Choco,
like,
would you like the red
changed
pill or the blue
whole
pill?
perception has been upgraded. Just
call me
been
Mato
upgraded.
Morpheus.
So yeah, just straight up, thanks for just coming through and doing what you do and the mahi that you do for the community.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
If
I
I
really
had
do
an
appreciate
Astro
it.
pump, I would take it here. Well, chat's been popping off. Shot everyone who came through. So I mean, this just proves what the NZ New Zealand streaming community is like. We all
Yes, sir.
back.
Hard
So
out.
shot for coming through. I mean, and it's not just Ngati Gaming. That's the other thing that I
Yeah.
have to emphasize, like all the whānau coming through, and I'll leave it
Totoko.
there because I would do it for about oh yeah, and the Raiders shot for coming through, and I'll
Yes,
jump
sir.
on to the bro Matua, and thanks co-host and Choco. Stop acting like this is temporary.
No.
You stuck, mate.
Let's go.
So stop counting the weeks.
Guys, you heard it here first. This is
Yeah.
permanent.
Yeah.
Can't swing me from
Onto
chat.
you, bro Matua.
First and foremost, okay, you know, I like going into the real serious and the way it feels when it comes to the shoutouts. So Zaaynn, I want to make a special shout out to your dad. And I say this, my bro, because like you mentioned earlier that your father is a huge influence in your life, and
Yes,
he's
sir.
helped you to become the person that you are today. And just to appreciate the fact that had your father not raised you in the right way, you wouldn't be here with us like how you
Yes,
are right
sir.
now. So yeah, special shout out to him. Special shout out to your whānau that despite all the struggles that they went through, at the end of the day, you know, your parents raised a really good child. You know,
I
they raised
appreciate
a
you,
really
Master.
good man. So
Appreciate you.
that being said, my bro, in all sentiment, even though you can be a tin ass on the sniper, you are still like an amazing person, my bro. And no, I'm so grateful that you came onto the second board to express how grateful you really, or how awesome you really are. So,
Thanks, Master.
appreciate that. Second, I'd like to give a shout out to Suplexity at the moment, who's currently interviewing Monkey 23 on the hot seat, who we're going to be raiding really, really soon.
Let's go.
You know, I like to go on with these shout outs because I hate missing out on people. And last but not least, chat. Okay, each and every one of you deserve to be swing, only because I don't expect anything from you. I don't expect anything from you at all, let alone subs and bits. At the end of the day, find out I do this because I love this. We do this because we love this. There is no expectation whatsoever, especially when it comes to boost here. Man, go out there, go get yourself a feed of KFC.
Yeah.
You know, treat yourselves because you
wicked wings in there, you know.
I'll get those wicked wings for sure. Yo.
No comment. Alright, whānau, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for coming on to the second board to join us with our special guest Zaaynn, our awesome co-hosts. You know, we're very lucky, we're very grateful. Grateful, hashtag do your job. Tēnā koutou, Cheer bro, please take a photo. Paul Mari e whānau, we're rating FSG Suplexity.
Pomarie!
Pomare.
Muddy.
Let's go.
Let's go. Now I can.
Had to give it the lead on, otherwise it cuts you off.
Be right back for that.